What's up, guys? IC Trades here. Today we're going to be doing a technical analysis breakdown on Hood, HOOD, Robinhood markets. And right away, guys, it's been a monster of a stock. As we covered on the last video, price was around that $85 to $88 level. And we covered this very prominent ascending nature. And since then, guys, price has broken out to the top of this very narrow ascending channel. In the last video, we did say that we would see a leg up, but we were also aware that we are reaching all-time highs at this level. So if we were to see a pullback, it would be now. That's where you see buyers really step in with this beautiful green wide bar showing that buyers are in control of the stock, reaching that psychological $100 level. And it's at that level where we see a little bit of a retracement. Now, the question is, are we going to continue higher, or are sellers finally going to get that pullback? Now, starting this breakdown on the weekly time frame, we see that we are in that major cup and handle pattern with that neckline being around that $65 level, right? We IPO, we blow all the way up to that $85 level, and we come back down to this cup and handle pattern. We see that cup form, we see a handle, prices ascending, ascending, ascending. See sellers step in, pushes down to that $30 level, and ever since then, guys, build some energy up, and boom, volume ascends, price blows up all the way to this $100 level. You just see buyers in full ultimate control. Out of the most recent 13 weekly candles, guys, we have 2 that are red. So this shows that buyers are in ultimate control of the stock. This is an incredible move up. Very overextended, but we blow right past those all-time highs of that $85 level, where if there was any point where we get stuck up, guys, it would be at that $85 level, where that would be all-time highs, and we did not get that, guys. We blow right through that. Very nice move to that $100 level. Very nice to see here, guys. A little bit of selling pressure at that psychological $100 level, but that's completely normal. After that very overextended run-up and reaching a psychological level like 100, it's very normal to see a little bit of selling pressure there. So we're going to cover the daily and see what else we can see. All right, guys, now on the daily chart, trending back, we see prices pretty stagnant, not doing too much. We find that level of 30, and that's where volatility kind of picks up. We get in that consolidation range, and we blow up, getting to that $65 level. And from there, we see a sharp rejection, as that was a pretty hard resistance marker. Trend back down into this consolidation range. And once again, we reach that $30 level, then we blow up, guys. We blow all the way up to the $100 psychological level. Currently, we're trending at 94.40. So you see price consolidate, get a nice move up, get a mirroring selling move down, try to move back up, find some descending resistance, get pushed back down, hit that $30 level, then you just see price really just take off, just completely take off all the way to that psychological $100 level. Incredible price action. Hood has been one of the leaders in the stock market, and it's no question that buyers are in ultimate control of the stock. We can see really when we took off, guys, we had that nice green wide bar showing that there's a change in the trend. Volatility is in play, but each day is pretty tight, but we see that very nice first off green wide bar on that $30 level, and then another green wide bar showing that we are headed to higher levels. Really trying to retest that 65 first thing in mind, but we don't even get really held up at that point. We just continue all the way to that $100 level. We kind of form a flag and pole like structure, with that being the pole and this being the flag, this tight price action. And every time we hit that ascending support, we just bounce right up. There is no pullbacks in this formation. We're going up, touching that support, boom, bounce. Trending up, touch that support, boom, bounce. Play around, consolidate a little bit, touch that support, and then boom. There's little to zero pullbacks in this overall formation, all the way from that 30 to that $100 level. So that shows that buyers have gained that ultimate control of the stock. We've just been a powerhouse. And right at that $85 level, which was all-time highs, as we touched up on the weekly, that would be the point where we'd see a rejection. But price gets tight. We see 1, 2, 3 candles getting really tight between that 82 and 85. And you see that explosive move up as either buyers or sellers have to win that fight. We're at all-time high territory, and we either see that rejection after this overextended run-up, or you see that nice move up, and we get that nice move up. Changing this trend from tight price action, ascending up, buyers in control, to buyers really showing that they're dominant in this fight. Beautiful wide green bar. Break out of this narrow range, and you see sellers try to step in here. We close just above that resistance, turn to support. And then you see another nice green wide bar. This is the day where we touch that $100 level, which that's a very psychological level with a lot of predetermined resistance. And then you see, yes, we have that red candle, but we hold above that past resistance, turn to support, and it's a nice red hammer candle. And we see that buying pressure as sellers try to push us back into this range, but buyers hold strong, and we stay ultimately above that range, showing that we're ready for another leg higher in a retest of that $100 level, as we're not getting pushed back down this range. So as a bear, guys, you want to see us get back in this narrow range. And what I also want to point out, guys, is that once we get that big move up, we see volume explode. So volume is kind of staying stagnant. It is in play, but then boom, get that aggressive move, and volume is aiding, buyers getting to those all-time highs. I think we definitely are prone to be seeing some chop here. another test of that 100, either break through that or kind of just come back down, continue to chop above this range, and then we'd be in blue sky territory, as that means there's not a lot of resistance and support levels to go off of. So keep that in mind when trading Hood. We are above all-time highs at this point, so definitely looks like we are headed to that zone, guys, as we've been very strong as buyers and we continue to show our strength. So as a bear, guys, you want to see a sharper move back into this range, play around, get to the bottom of that range, and then ultimately break through, retesting those previous all-time highs of 85, where we had that top as we IPO'd, we got in that cup and handle, we came back up, and we really just blew past that range. Not much holding us back. 3 days of consolidation, tight consolidation, and boom. So you want to see price get under that, guys. That would be a very important range if you're a bear and you want to see the sellers gain that control. Besides that, guys, we are on an extreme uptrend and we are looking very good, very bullish for the buyers at this point. Not anything really holding them back. And we thought that since we were overextended, would be more apt to see a movement down. No correction. We get quite the opposite of that. So looking great for the buyers here. Now on the hourly Hood, we see this long-term narrow range that we were in, that ascending range. See it kind of get held up a little bit around that 77 and 71 level. Jump around a little bit, as this was the more prominent consolidation range out of this ascending spot. As sellers try to push us under this support here, but we find some new ascending support, get above that, bounce, try to reclaim that level. Sellers once again try to push us under that support, bounce off that new ascending support, then boom, and we get choppy around that all-time high area. Chop around between that 82 and 85 for some hourly candles, but we are very tight. You see how tight this price action is. Sellers try to gain that advantage. We hold at that $82 level and we chop around a little bit, then boom. Explosive movement up above that very important resistance marker, and a continue move up, and then sellers see a perfect opportunity to push stock down. So we get that wide bar on the hourly, but then we chop back up, regain that zone, and then after hitting that $100 level, kind of try to hold tight here, then boom, right back down. But we do hold that support, bounce off there, then we get right under it. So we technically are under that resistance, guys, as we speak, but definitely looking prone to reclaiming that and then retesting that $188 level, trying to get back above it. I mean, this is textbook price action. We are in a very overextended uptrend. We reach a pivotal level, and instead of folding and going back down, we see insane buyer price action pushing us well above that level and above that range. So hourly looks great as well, guys. As a bull, as a bear, you want to see price get back in this range for good and continue to bounce, get back to the bottom of that range and continue to try to break that support here, as this has been very strong support. We did try to break it a couple times on the hourly here, but we ultimately bounced back up. And as a buyer, you want to see a reclaim of that, use that as support once again, and then trend up, as you are an ascending profile here, guys. So still looking very, very good on the hourly for the buyers, ascending up after that very big move. So that's all I got for you guys. Very bullish on Hood, this incredible stock, monster of a stock at the moment. If you are a buyer, watch for that retest of 100, reclaiming that resistance as support and bouncing, trying to get to all-time highs once again. And as a bear, you want to see it get back into that narrow range, get it to the bottom of that range, and try to break that support. If you guys enjoyed and want to see more Hood content, make sure to like and subscribe, as I'll continue to cover Hood as well as other major tickers. I appreciate you guys for watching the video and making it to the end. Trade smart, guys, and I will see you all in the next one.